Welcome, everybody, to what I think is the fourth annual Texas Football Today Thanksgiving Spectacular. That sounds right. We're just going to go with it. The fourth annual Thanksgiving Spectacular. I'm Greg Tepper, joined as always by Ashley Pickle. Hi, Ashley.
Howdy.
And we are joined by our very special Thanksgiving experts, our expert panel here. First, from his lovely home, is college football insider Shehan Jeyarajah. Shehan, what's up?
Yeah, I'm actually at a different home this time, but you know, a lovely home.
A lovely home. Maybe not yours, but a lovely home. He's just broken into somebody else's home and he's doing it from there.
Absolutely.
We're also joined, I think, making his Texas Football Today debut.
No, he did movie review.
Oh, he did movie review. Okay. For the second time on
forgetful. It was a forgetful moment.
Yeah. For the second time on Texas Football Today, we're joined by the digital director of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. It's William Wilkerson. Will, what's up, man?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
The pride of Pleasanton. Okay, welcome in, everybody. We're here because this is the most important segment we do all year. This is our Thanksgiving Spectacular. So last year, it was three of us plus Ishmael Johnson, minus Will, and we did our Thanksgiving food draft. And it was good, right? It was good. I thought it was a good segment. I thought everybody really brought the heat. I obviously won, but that's neither here nor there. We wanted to come up with another dumb segment, and thankfully the Texas Football Today audience came through with a very dumb segment for us to do, which is, I'm going to pull it up here. Let's see if we can do this, the screen share. Hold on. Bang. That's right. We're going to build our Thanksgiving fantasy lineup. Here's what we got. You got the grid here. You have $20 to spend on your on what you want to put together for your dream Thanksgiving meal. Before we get to everybody's particular way of going about deciding what they want to do here, does anybody have comments on the actual list here? Because
who puts beets on there? Why is beets an option?
It's a good point.
I second that. Yes.
And out of all the pie, why is pumpkin pie number $5?
It's because it's the classic one.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think that just my big thing is, like, for example, I'm surprised that Brussels sprouts is as high as it is because I love Brussels sprouts and I thought that I could get that as a value pick.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, I don't know. I mean, the board's built a little weird, I'd say. There's definitely a lot of things on here that I wouldn't consider even Thanksgiving food necessarily, but you know, we work with what we've got.
Let me throw one thing out there, and this was brought up, I think, on Twitter by Ishmael Johnson. The mashed potatoes thing, and I think that this is a weird cultural thing, and maybe it's a geographic thing, but I just think mashed potatoes are like an all the time food. They are. No, they are. I mean, I think that when they built this board, what they looked at most was what are the classic Thanksgiving foods, right? So, turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, pumpkin pie. Like, those are like the main staples of Thanksgiving when people think of Thanksgiving. But obviously, in practice, I think that we can all agree that it's going to end up being a little different. Well,
hey, Tep, here's a question. Who built this board?
I don't know. It was sent to me.
It's Fantasy Football Today.
Fantasy Football Today.
Got it.
We'll take it. We'll take credit for it, I suppose.
The thing I have to say about the mashed potatoes, though, is the fact that can you imagine having a Thanksgiving without mashed potatoes? Like, it's an everyday item, but can you legitimately imagine having Thanksgiving dinner without mashed potatoes?
But the one thing I would counter with that is that I also look at this board, and I think that is the only thing here that I would say is not unique. Maybe outside of, like, the baked potato.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, too. That is not unique to...
Also, I eat Brussels sprouts all year round.
Man.
Shahan, big Brussels sprout guy.
Check out.
It's even worse because I'm not even going to pick it. $4 is
rich
too rich
guy
for my
Shahan over here with his year-round Brussels sprouts. Okay, so we'll get into this. By the way, I did notice at the very bottom, Fantasy Football Today, at the very bottom, you can spend your money on extras. $3 for gravy, $2 for biscuits, $1 for Hawaiian rolls, and $1 for cornbread. This is me, and this is one other comment before we get on. And I think I made this comment last year on the draft, but it's been a year, so I'll make it again. Mac and cheese for me growing up was not a Thanksgiving food. Was that a Thanksgiving food for y'all?
It was not, but I'll take it.
No.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Okay. On the Thanksgiving fantasy football or fantasy lineup, we are going to go ladies first. And so, Pickle, will you kick us off? How are you spending your $20 on this board?
So you want me to go all the way through mine?
I want you to tell me how you're spending your $20.
All right. I wasn't going to do like one from each like row, but it ended up working out that way anyway. So to start off with, we'll go with the main course. Shehan's about to give me a lot of crap for this.
Oh, I know what she's going to do too.
Ham. I'm taking
No, I have
ham.
no issue with ham. I think ham is great. Why do you think I have an issue with that?
Because last year, Willie the Wilk was not here for this, but Shehan goes, yeah, I used to like ham more than turkey too, and then I grew up.
I forgot.
So, you know what? My young at heart soul is going to take ham for the $1 off price because it'll come back around to giving me an extra something special here in a little bit. So ham for the main course. For the potato dish, I'm going mashed potatoes, and I kind of made my point on that earlier, is I just can't – I love au gratin potatoes, or however you choose to say it. I say au gratin.
That sounds right.
Kind of country, but – I love those, but it wouldn't be Thanksgiving without mashed potatoes, so I'm going for that. Then from side dish number 1, how in the world is green bean casserole for $3? That's an absolute steal. We all are big fans of GBC. For the second dish, or for side dish number 2, I'm going with mac and cheese, because another thing that I feel like wouldn't really be Thanksgiving without it. Also, I feel like that's worthy of like a number 1 $5 spot. For my dessert, pumpkin pie falling to $2 is or pecan pie falling to $2 is an absolute steal. That's definitely the best dessert on that thing. And then saving that $1 with ham, I can then go with getting an extra side of Hawaiian rolls, which might be one of my favorite things in the entire world. Okay. So there's my $20.
Okay. All right.
And the winning lineup, I will say.
That's solid, Pickle. That's solid.
I mean, obviously the ham pick.
But it allowed me to get my rolls.
Okay, but at what cost?
At what cost? The other thing, too, is if gravy is extra, I don't want turkey because I need gravy with my turkey.
Okay, but you don't need gravy with your mashed potatoes, though.
Nah, if mashed potatoes are good enough, you don't need gravy with them. It's like a solid French fry.
Okay. All right. I'm going to kick this over to Shehan. Shehan, How are you spending your $20?
Yeah, so this was I put a lot of thought into this, to be perfectly honest. It's
you?
A lot of
No way.
I know. I overthought it. Who could have guessed? But so the first thing that I had to do, I did not go sort of row by row and make a pick. I was like, what is my priorities? How am I jumping through this board? What am I prioritizing first, right? So for me, as long as it's not tofurkey, I'm pretty much okay with any of the meats on the board. Like, I don't have a super strong turkey's a good food. It's not like the food that you throw away everything else for, right? So I started in side dish 1, stuffing. Absolutely, that's my number 1 pick. That has to be there. There's no way that we can have this without stuffing. And along with that, green bean casserole. I agree. That's on the board. It has to be there. $8 off the board. Like no thought about it. And so then it's interesting, right? Because now I think you're in territory for me where I can kind of go any direction with this. I decided to go with just dark meats, and here's my consideration for that. I think that dark meat out of the turkey meats, that's the one where you most don't have to have gravy. Because if you have white meat, you need gravy. It's so dry without gravy. And so what ends up happening, right, is that if you pick white meat, you're basically spending $6 because you got to buy gravy. So dark meat for me was my consideration at $2. That brings me up to $10. Next up, so pie isn't my favorite dessert. Like, I like pie, but it's not like one that I have to have. And so for me, I was okay with going with carrot cake. I mean, I do like carrot cake. It's not my favorite cake by any means. I'm more of a chocolate guy myself, and none of these give that to me. So I'll take carrot cake over there. So I'm only at $11. For potatoes, again, this is where it gets tough, because if I'm not going to buy gravy, then I don't want to go mashed. Like, I think that mashed potatoes, you kind of need gravy. So I did go with au gratin. I think that's a strong choice for me personally. And then that leaves me with $6 left on the board. So I'm getting a Hawaiian roll too. Yeah. And that means I got $5 left for mac and cheese. So wow. I'm pretty happy with how it went. Again, you got to prioritize, I think, when you're putting something like this together. And, you know, it might sound good to have the whole turkey or, you know, whatever you want to do. But when you have money left over at the end, I think that you get what you really want.
Boy, that's a strong play. It's a very strong play. And I share a lot of your sentiments there. Although your dessert selection for me leaves something to be desired. But that's okay.
For sure. And
although,
I think that's fair.
Although we also have somebody on here who doesn't like sweets, so.
Yeah, that's me. I'll eat a little thing of pecan pie because it's not very.
Right. Nice hat though, by the way. All right.
We love irony.
Let's kick it over to Willie the Wilk, the pride of Pleasanton. How are you spending your $20?
I'm going $20 on cream corn, and I'm just calling it a day.
20 bowls of cream corn.
That's it. Thank you, and I'm out. So I'm halfway serious. So if cream corn was $20, I would just take it and be good with it. And
I mean, by the way, how is regular corn a $4 meal and cream corn a $1? That's
I don't know, man.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's one of the problems with this board. If you had flipped those, I would have been like, okay, yeah, I think that plays. You know,
and that makes sense.
But instead, it's like, man,
but
corn's so much work.
Right.
It's a lot of work. The fact that cream corn and beets are the same is just that's blasphemy. It is very disrespectful. It's bringing a tear to my eye. Okay, Shehan, you kind of threw a wrench in my thinking here with a logarithm to coming up with your dishes here. I was not thinking of just white meat having to go with the gravy, but it's true. But I still got to go with just white meat. So I'm going just white meat. Give me some gravy. That's $6 off the board, and that leaves me $14 for cream corn. So I'm joking. Okay, so just white meat. We're good there. Have to go with the gravy. Shehan, yeah, you're making some sense. So that's $6 off the board. I'm going to go with sweet potatoes because it's the only day of the year that I ever even think about sweet potatoes. So that's $10 there. Give me some stuffing because it's also the only day that I ever think about stuffing as well. So that's $15 off the board. Then my cream corn, $16. And then we're going with a Hawaiian roll to satisfy Ashley Pickle's craving. That's $17. And then we're going sweet potato pie. I can't go wrong there. That's $20. It's okay. Pretty status quo, I believe. But to be quite honest, guys, I would really just want to go $20 on
$20 of cream corn.
But you didn't end up picking cream corn on your plate.
No, he did. He took it. He got the cheapo cream corn with the dog.
Okay.
Tepper, if you make a graphic again like you did last year, can you please just put Willie the Wilk cream corn?
Just cream corn.
Just leave it at that. I will vote for Will.
White meat, side of cream corn. Side of cream corn.
I'm going to do that. All right. Here we go. So I put a lot of thought into this. Like Shehan. The reason Shehan and I get along is that we're wired extremists. Here are my two motivating factors, my two modus operandi for this pick. One, Thanksgiving meal is actually about the sides and not about the main course.
Agreed.
And so I think there's two sucker plays on here. The first sucker play is the whole turkey. That's a sucker play. They're stealing money from you. Okay, like Pickle, if you prefer ham, whatever, it's a bad choice. But that is a better play than the whole turkey.
It's always the play.
Okay, so there's that. The other sucker's play here is gravy. Okay, $3 for gravy here is that they're stealing. That's larceny. That is larceny. And so to me, the goal is to avoid as many things as you need gravy for. Like, I mean, you wouldn't pay $3 for ketchup, right? So why are you paying $3?
It's not quite the same.
Well, I don't know. I think it is. Okay. Let's put it this way: you would pay $3 for salad dressing, though.
Oh yeah, ranch, absolutely.
Well,
we disagree on everything.
Yeah, you would, but you're a psychopath. All right, so here's my play. Shehan's spot on. Dark meat's the play here. Dark meat's the value play here. You don't need gravy for it. It's delicious. It's the best part of the turkey. Dark meat's the play. Okay. I'm going with sweet potatoes, and I know that that's a splurge at $4, but that is a quintessential Thanksgiving food. I think you got to have it. We're up to $6. I think everybody knows I'm going GBC here. Green bean casserole's the GOAT. You got to have that, okay? Happy to spend $3 on it. Would have spent $5. Would have spent $10, okay? Happy to spend it. So I'm up to $9 now. Willie the Wilk's exactly right. Cream corn's a big-time player here. Cream corn's a great move here. For $1, that's an easy, that's here. You can have it, okay? We're up to $10 right now. Okay, we're up to $10. I'm going pecan pie. I like pecan pie. A, I think it's delicious. B, it is there's a little Texanness to it. I like that. I'm gonna go with pecan pie. Okay, so we're up to $12. That means I got $8 to play with. Okay, my big splurge is gonna be stuffing. Now that is going a little bit counter to my gravy play because stuffing is better with gravy, but I don't think gravy is necessary to enjoy it because now if we were talking dressing, that's different. But with stuffing, I don't think it is. So I'm willing to spend $5 on that. I've still got $3 to play with. The value in the extras is on the cornbread. Okay, $1 for cornbread.
That's not bad.
I will take that. Give me that $1 for cornbread. And finally, that gives me $2 to play with. I can't believe I'm the only one who took this. Guys, collard greens are delicious. Collard greens are really good. And they give you, to me, like that's a nice vegetable to add into this whole mess of carbs that we've put together. So I'm going to add that in. That gets me to $20. So I'm willing to hear your entirely wrong criticisms of my board.
The fact that you took cornbread over Hawaiian rolls really makes me worry about you.
No, you're wrong on that. Like cornbread is more delicious than Hawaiian rolls. That's a fact.
So the thing that I'll say about cornbread is that cornbread has a wide variation. Like you gotta know, right? You gotta know for sure that whoever's making the cornbread knows how to make it and has stored it correctly, because otherwise it can become dry and flavorless. Whereas Hawaiian rolls are a safer pick.
Hawaiian rolls are I'm trying to make like an NFL. I'm trying to come up with on the fly like an NFL draft comparison. The Hawaiian rolls they're Andrew Luck. Okay, no, you're getting solid franchise quarterback, right? Franchise quarterback. The cornbred. Oh boy,
it's Robert Griffin III.
Yeah, it's Robert Griffin III.
Can be really good. Also has a lot of knee injuries. Like we're rolling with that.
The cornbread is Johnny Manziel. Okay.
These are not good comparisons for you.
You're not. Yeah, you're helping my argument.
Okay, so there it is. There is our Thanksgiving fantasy lineup.
I do have one more thing to say. So this Thanksgiving, so my wife, if people don't know, is vegetarian. So we are doing a vegetarian Thanksgiving, right? Which isn't, to me, the hugest deal, right? Like, because again, like you said, it's about the sides. One thing that I have to mention is that no real vegetarians actually eat tofurkey. Like, nobody does it. That's just like, I swear, I'm pretty sure that tofurkey is something that, like, carnivores made up to, like, caution people away from getting rid of not having meat in their diets, because nobody's eating tofurkey. Nobody wants to eat a turkey made of tofu. Like, our main course is going to be like a lasagna or a pasta or something. We're not going to do a tofurkey. Like, are you kidding me? I've never actually seen a tofurkey in my life, and I'm sure I never will.
Yeah, it does seem like I'm appreciative of people who don't eat meat, and that's, okay. But it strikes me as, like, I think you're right. That strikes me as the kind of thing that meat eaters think that vegetarians
right.
It's like, oh, you just eat like tofu.
A giant block of tofu, probably. I don't know.
That's exactly right. Well, there it is. There is our fantasy Thanksgiving board. Let us know in the comments how you are spending your $20. Thanks to Shehan Jeyarajah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks to Willie the Wilk.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to go watch Justin Tucker kick to beat A&M for the first time ever.
And thanks to Ashley Pickle. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.